What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to show you how we built this whole deck frame. We've got demo, we've got footings, we've got framing, everything. So make sure you hit subscribe. Stay tuned. We're here on the new site. We've got the excavator here. We've got this big raised patio to get rid of. We've got a lot of pavers around the pool. Those are all going. So we've got Pat, the excavator here again. Worked out amazing on our last project, so we're doing it again. And we're going to get all of this removed, give us a flat grade pitched away from the house, obviously, so that we can get our helicals in and start framing this thing. We're starting here with a fresh, clean slate, which no better feeling. So, and we don't got to do all this work. Like every project, it all starts with the design, and these clients, a family with kids, already had a pool, a raised patio, but they wanted to add something that was bigger, more usable, and a covered space to really be able to chill out there. All of this is designed in real-time landscape architect, and the solution that we came up with was a larger deck space with a 20 by 20 covering that all leads down to the patio. So each space has its function, but it all flows together, looks amazing, and they're gonna get a ton of use out of it. After some back and forth and a couple tweaks to the design with the client, they loved it and we're ready to go, so let's jump into it.
Somebody's gonna have to take the concrete out because your beam's not gonna fit in there without the concrete coming out. So I mean, the concrete starts like out here. Yeah. So whoever, what there was hardscaping back here originally? Yeah. So whoever built the hardscape was like, I don't want to deal with sand. So I'll pour screw it. I'm just gonna pour the giant thing of concrete. It's It's not very strong concrete. Like it's breaking apart. But I mean, you know, I was going at it for a while here just to see if I could get a pile in, but like I can jackhammer individual holes just to get the piles in today. Yeah. But you're still gonna have to demo concrete around the piles.
Listen, if it still allows you to get your piles in, it just makes more work for us afterwards. I'm cool with that. Okay. I'm just nervous about if you need something done now. We don't have anything here.
Yeah, we should. I'm sending my guy out for a drill bit that we can actually drill through the concrete, and then that'll make our job of busting it out easier. So we'll just put the piles in and jackhammer at each location, and then you'll just have to
clean it up afterwards. Yeah, exactly. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna give Sean a call now, just to see, because hey, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Sure.
So that was kind of the so underneath of like that hole that you just showed me, there's concrete under there.
Yes, and he exposed it on the edge, and it's like about 8 inches thick.
What?
And it goes the whole way. Like he was started over here to dig the trench he needs to dig to get the piles in, and the bucket just keeps hitting. It just keeps hitting and scraping. So then he went over here and dug down the outside of it and dug underneath of it, and you saw it. All right, I mean, I don't know if he's going to start on this outside row, which is probably what he's going to start doing. And then when he gets to the inside row, that might could be like an hour from now, hour and a half from now. Who knows? What time's your flight?
10.
All right, so if anything happens, I'll try to make sure it's before then to try to reach out to you.
All right, sounds great.
Have fun.
All right,
Bye.
thanks. Bye.
Well, that would have been nice information to know. 18 feet off the house. Right. And 18 feet off the house. I pretty much hit this guy's white mark.
Okay.
So I'm pretty good. And we ran the string line, made our mark. But the plans call for this to be 10 feet off the house. And it's sitting at 9 right now.
Someone probably just measured the house wrong.
So we'll just stay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. That happens a lot.
I'm sure it does, but like a foot's like a pretty big number to me. Like this bump out, like they're saying it's 8 feet, so maybe it's 7. But it's just like, I just wanted to talk to somebody else about it.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I can even, just to verify, I can even set up my own string line and just...
Like I said, like I'm 18 feet, and then the excavator, his mark is at 18 feet, so I'm right on top of it.
Yeah.
Much. And then we continued the string line, and I measured off the house, it's sitting at 9.
Well, yours is probably the right one.
Yeah, let's go for that then.
All right, so we're kind of ready to start framing here. We had a little bit of unexpected issue with this line of footings right here. Underneath this tire race patio was a concrete slab. We weren't expecting that, but you know, here we are. We deal with it, we move on, and now here's the big question. All right. Okay. Looks pretty good. So anytime that there's a patio right up to your door threshold, right here, not a good idea. And if you are going to do that, make sure it's definitely pitched away from the house. This was not. So they did have some repair work to it to try to remedy it. Didn't work that great, but I mean, you can just see some wacky things here, like, you know, how they just cut this siding and base material and everything went right up to the house. Not how you want to do it, and doesn't look great. So all this is coming off anyway. What we want to make sure is that the rim board is in good shape so we can attach our ledger to it, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So we'll try to just peel this away. This was obviously part of the repair that was done at some point, so nice water barrier, so that's good. But hopefully they fixed it properly before they put it up here. Oh, it's sticky. It's sticky. Hey. Yeah, I might need a knife.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Alright, so here's what we got on the outside of the house. We've got this OSB rim that goes with this I-joist system. And you can see we've got a lot of places where it's really rotted out. So we're completely removing this, and what we're gonna do, I've already done to a couple, we're gonna measure back. It needs to be cut back like an extra ½ inch, and we're gonna put a solid 2x12 in here, fill out the whole bay, and we should be good to go.
I like it. Make it solid. Make it like a true rim board.
You know what we gotta do, basically?
We gotta work.
We gotta make this all one unit.
Yeah.
We're basically like 2 units working as one. Is that what you meant when you called me a tool? Alright, I got it. I wish I could just sit here and dilly-dally, but I got some more work to do with this.
I'm gonna keep dilly-dallying.
Alright, perfect. Alright, go ahead, Nick. You're good. Last piece going back in. Got it terminating right here, and what we've got is now a solid substrate for our ledger attachment. So first thing tomorrow, we're going to jump out of the gate and we're going to sheathe this back up, so that'll all be covered. Then we'll do ice and water shield over the whole thing, and then feather in our house wrap, and we'll be good to go. Then we can get our ledger up and start running joists.
You gotta get those hangers in.
We'll be running joists. We'll be running joists pretty quick.
Maybe like by the end of the day, but we gotta get those hangers in.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. No, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Okay.
We'll be okay.
Are we hiring that new guy?
The Amazon driver that says he does carpinterio. Maybe. Yeah, would that help? Yeah. All right, cool. We've got our plywood back up. We've got ice and water shield behind here, and then papered in our house wrap. And what you want to do is make sure that you are shingled in the right direction. So if any water comes down here, this is overlapping the piece underneath of it, so water will just continue down. So now we're ready to install our ledger and finally get to work. What we're doing right now is just sizing up all of our joists. So we're measuring them, they're crowning, and we're separating them according to size. So what do we got here, Nick?
This is a 3/8. The crown is facing that way. We got them all lined up with the crown, so you just pick them up and move them over.
Pick and pop.
Don't have to think about it.
We ain't much for thinking around here. I got the laser reset now to the bottom of our ledger, which is going to be the same height as the top of our beam. So take a scrap of our beam material, and it's saying it needs to go down. No, wait, up. So we're pretty close. All right, we're right there, that's perfect. Perfect. So if you're gonna use scraps for determining heights, just make sure that it's cut out of the same piece that you're gonna be using for your beam material. Here we've measured all of our 2x10s, and we separated a pile of pieces that measured 9.5, so that's what we're using for our beam. So make sure that's what you're doing. Great job, Jose.
this third one set, and like Jose's done, we'll run around with the laser real quick. With like the corner, beam, make sure we're good. And if we're good, we're good. And then like, I can just like clean that real quick.
Okay, and then just send flags or framing screws? Or
I would probably maybe get like a lag, or maybe get like a 2x4, like 2 foot long. And like on the back side, like 2 lags, it'll act as a cast.
Okay.
Do you follow me?
Yeah, 2 lags, and then we'll suck it in. But then we have to put that piece underneath. So then take the lags back off if they're on the inside, because
What
that's
piece has to go underneath?
Oh, never mind. That goes on the 6x. That usually sits in there. Okay, never mind what I just said.
Yeah. No, all you're doing is that 2x4 is going to keep everything in plane. Okay. And then it'll pull everything like that way. And then you know, what do we have to put, like a deck board or something, like in the whatever the seat, and then that'll help keep everything tight. All right.
Now we've got all of our joists in. Once we get everything laid out, this part goes really quickly, and we always like to measure out, mark a line on both sides, and then we can cut all of our joists so that our edge of our deck is totally perfectly straight and looks freaking awesome. Looks really great. So now we're putting in some mid-span. This actually isn't mid-span blocking. We're doing some blocking over the beam here. That's required when you do have a cantilever like this over a beam. So we're gonna just do blocking over our 2 beams about 8 feet apart, so we should be good to go there. We're gonna get all that done, lock it in for justice. What do we got here? Curvy one?
It's a little bit off, on our layout. So we're trying to get it so it can go, so this is straight down.
Beautiful. Are you just gonna nail it into the beam?
What?
Like, are you gonna move it and nail it into the beam to hold it? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Same as that?
Yep.
That's what we want. There you go. So you can see our blocking is also used to straighten out our joists, and some of them need a little bit more love than others, and it always helps to kind of step back, run a string line if you need to, sight it by eye, but get everything looking nice and straight. Another little thing that we do is, you saw he ripped down that piece of blocking a little bit. That's so we're just below the top of our joist. So when we go to plane this thing down, we are totally good, and we're not interfering with those pieces of blocking. So just a little thing, takes an extra second, but really helps out when we go to plane this thing down and level it. We'll be all good. It looks like we got some interesting action and happen up there, huh?
Huh?
Up there.
What?
This stuff up here.
What's up, dog?
Not much. What's up with you?
Nothing.
No, up here. This is we cut away.
Oh, that's Matter Dog.
What's the matter, dog?
Nothing. I demoed it so we can build the roof.
That's right. Our next step here is going to start framing out the roof. So we had to cut back our soffit. We'll be setting beams, posts, rafters, freaking plywood, freaking
Stop.
in the next video. So make sure you hit subscribe. Stay tuned. And until next time, this has been Premier Outdoor Living.
You know, I got nothing.